Hey crypto community, it's Ben. Got some updates on a few ICOs for you: Lendconnect, Monyx, Bankcoin, and Numiv. Let's get through a few of these and see what's up and coming. So I made a video yesterday on Lendconnect, how to buy and how to lend, and I wasn't able to complete that video and show an actual lend occur because we weren't able to actually withdraw anything out of coin exchange. So I still can't withdraw. My withdrawal is still pending here. It's been going on just shy of a day now. So I've got a ticket in with customer service on Coin Exchange on this specific issue, and it doesn't seem limited to me. There's lots of other people having this issue. If you're one of them, take a chill pill. This will eventually get sorted out. I know it's tough to chill out when you're missing out on 5% per day returns, but hey, what can we do? This is crypto. Let's see how they're doing right now. Look at that, $14.13 yesterday. I think they were on 12. This thing's going to creep back up. It's going to hit 15 soon. I'm excited to see what happens when the internal exchange for Lendconnect opens up. A couple things I wanted to point out from Lendconnect themselves. Here's their Telegram. You can lend your LCT for 8 more days at a dashboard with a 5% standard interest rate. That we talked about yesterday, and this was posted on January 13th. So what, this promotion ends January 21st or something like that. So there's a few days left. Hopefully we can get our coin out of Coin Exchange in a reasonable time. Another message I want to point out: some of the developers took a flight this weekend for the upcoming meeting Wednesday about the internal exchange. That's good news, guys. The communication from Lendconnect's been fantastic. So they're getting their developers together, they're putting their internal exchange, they're meeting in person to do it. That's good news, and they're acknowledging that there's some deposit delays from Coin Exchange. They're saying because Coin Exchange doesn't use enough gas or enough fee when they're transferring LCT around. My LCT still hasn't even hit the coin, the blockchain. So my issue, I don't think, is related to what they're saying in this post. Maybe that's what I'll run into next after when Coin Exchange finally submits that transaction to the blockchain. Well, we'll see what happens. Not sure how long it's going to take them to sort this out. I hope it's not too long. Like I said, we want to get in that 5% loan. If we can't, not much we can do about it. We're kind of stuck with Coin Exchange at this point. I think there was another exchange that Lendconnect was trading on, some crummy exchange. I don't even know if there's any volume. Maybe I'll check that out and see if there's another path. I'm pretty sure all the transaction volume's happening right here. So that's our brief update on Lendconnect. Monyx, our Christmas ICO. Our Christmas ICO that was supposed to be a rolling multi-day ICO that turned into a rolling hour ICO and sold out in, 5-6 hours, maybe less. This thing was quick, and they had a lot of interest. I was shocked at how fast these rounds went. This 45-cent round I tried to get in, this thing went out in seconds. I think the site crashed on us. We weren't able to get in. Was able to get in at 60 cents and 70 cents. This thing went all the way up to $1. So there's a lot of interest in this ICO. I was a little bit agitated. Let's see their Telegram here, Monyx. Here's a message from them on, December 25th, so on Christmas. Then a series of messages during the ICO. Then December 31st, Happy New Year. 2018 is going to be big. Okay, great. I'm looking forward to it. Then nothing. Radio silence from the 31st to January 14th. No messages, no emails, no nothing. So a whole bunch of people have bought into this thing, and look at that, 413 BTC worth of volume moved over into this ICO. Finally, we hear something. We're looking out for their exchange to start tomorrow on the 15th. Plan to launch on the 15th. If you click on this, it doesn't work. Same with lending. Well, coming soon, they don't say anything. So they finally posted a message. There will unfortunately be a small delay until the internal exchange will be launched. We've been working super hard to get last couple of weeks to be able to launch the internal exchange as soon as possible. However, due to huge demand for Monyx, we need more time to develop. All right, get it. They're not ready for their internal exchange. Good news is they're doing an internal exchange first. That's the recipe. Have a smooth ICO. Don't let us be strung along for weeks and months. Wrap that thing up, open an internal exchange, establish your coin, open lending at the same time, keep the incentives coming, that's how the price gets pumped up, then go to an external exchange. So they're following the right recipe here. I'd rather them polish off their internal exchange than give us some crap that's not working very well, as opposed to getting this thing done quicker. So we'll see what happens. Other features and functions will be released in the meantime. I'm assuming that means lending first. We decided to launch lending before the exchange. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this. Say release soon, they don't give us any dates. At least we know lending will happen before an exchange. Talking strategy, just a little bit of strategy here. If they open lending before their exchange and they don't do any price fixing, so Numiv, which we'll talk a little bit more about. Let's see, I think I'm logged in here. Numiv, they fix their lending amount at $10 for one coin, even though they don't have an internal exchange set up. Monyx looks like we'll have lending open live first. If they have lending at their fourth or fifth round at $1, don't do it. You put a bunch of money into this thing, and you need to get some return on it. Don't lend at $1. Let's wait and see what they're going to do for their lending program. Either they'll price fix. If they don't price fix, let's see what happens when when the internal exchange opens. So if you take a look at, this is Bankcoin I have open here for the past 2 weeks. Their first day is this big, huge green candlestick here. Bankcoin was doing a fixed lending. No, they were not doing. They were doing a fixed floor price for their minimum trade price, which was about $5. On this first day, price went up to about $20. So there are a bunch of people on the first day with all this 852 BTC worth of volume. They're able to actually lock in loans at $20. And of course, now it's trading back down here to $5. So one strategy to consider for Monyx is, watch this first day, see what happens, and if there's some crazy volume and some big price fluctuation, you might be able to lock in a nice loan. I think locking in a loan at 10 or 20x your investment is probably a decent win. I certainly wouldn't do it at $1. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see what happens. We were excited about this a little bit, feeling a little bit wishy-washy with their poor communication. Looks like we at least got some information now. We'll see what happens moving forward. Bankcoin. These guys, a little bit agitating. So they opened their internal exchange, like I just said, with a floor price of $5. First day, volume cranked up quite a bit. People are able to lock in some loans, but getting out of this thing, if you want to, is almost impossible. General strategy we follow is whatever your initial investment is, when the ICO has gone up 10 times that amount, pull out at least 3 times your initial investment, and then from there, depending on how the ICO is going, maybe dump the rest of it, or wait a little bit and get a 20, 30, 40, 50x before you start to sell off. And maybe at one of those price points, if it's a good platform, lock in a loan. So I was just trying to pull out some of my initial investment, and it's been nearly impossible. This exchange has had some issues, and you can buy and sell with BTC or Ethereum. Ethereum, the volume's been really low. I started off trying to sell there because the price or the cost to transfer is much lower than BTC. And Bankcoin adds an extra fee onto a transfer. I think it was almost $60 for me to transfer some BTC out from Bankcoin earlier. But the volume is pretty bad, and I don't even know if I can believe what loads up on their platform here. There's 5 or 6 BTC there. I was trying to pull out some coin in this bar. Didn't happen. I'd have to say I've probably canceled and submitted. You can see I got an order sitting here, I don't know, 100, 200 times, and I cannot get my order to fill. I've gotten a couple small fills here and there, but I'm just trying to move a few hundred coins. Can't do it. So will be interesting to see what happens moving forward. They are, let's see, we had an email from them. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yes. Bankcoin. From now until next Thursday, the 18th of January, price is kept at a minimum limit as the floor price. That's $5. However, after the initial mock-up of Bank CEX and Bank Lotto, remember this is the ICO that has a lottery platform, which, yeah, it's an interesting incentive. It'd be neat to see if they're able to use this as a tool to establish their exchange. On the 17th, will allow bank to be traded in free market. Now, free market, I'm assuming they mean they're getting rid of this floor price. If they're getting rid of this floor price, I'm afraid that this thing's going to dump the price down pretty low. Right now, nobody can trade anything less than $5. There's a whole bunch of people here on the sell side. There's almost nobody on the buy side. The volume is tiny, so we'll have to stand by and see what happens. There's a bunch of people trying to get out, and they dropped this floor price of $5. I see no reason why this wouldn't go down to $2 or $1. I mean, there's not any buy side interest. So I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that with the incentive of their bank CEX, I'm assuming this is their they talk about in their white paper. Let's see here. That's some mining we're going to talk about. Bank lottery. No. They had, there we go, decentralized exchange. I'm wondering if that bank CEX is decentralized exchange. I don't know what the CEX abbreviation means. Maybe it's a exchange that doesn't suck like the one they've got launched right now. But anyways, if they don't have something else going on to add some appeal to this ICO, they've had a small volume of, let's see, almost 17 BTC in the past 24 hours. And just for comparison's sake, Coin Exchange, 77 BTC in the last 24 hours. Not much interest here, guys. So once this floor moves out, the price might dump. If you're concerned about that and you've got some profits from getting in at the ICO, try and do what I'm doing here. Probably not going to get much luck. Try and at least sell your initial investment, if not a 2 or 3x times your initial investment. Pull out some profits. You could leave some more in there if you want. See if this thing goes up, but we're not feeling good about it. I hope that they get their act together. We were playing around with mining Bankcoin. We've actually been doing this since the ICO rounds. They had some mining incentives during the ICO. You can see our mining window opened up here. I've got GPU 0, GPU 1, both GTX 1080s, no slouch of a card, and you can see we're sitting down here, ranked number 11. And I can mine a magnificent 0.002 Bankcoin per day. So is mining Bankcoin worth it? Maybe if you got some good mining farm set up or some other software that's better optimized for cards. Whatever we got going on here, I've tried with, I got 2 cards in my main rig that I'm recording on. Tried adding a couple other GPUs that I got into this pool. It couldn't get anything appreciable out of it. Someone here's doing pretty well, pulling 219 Bankcoin per day at $5 right now. That's got to feel pretty good. But from a is it worth mining perspective, I think the answer to that question is no. I think that should about do it for Bankcoin. I hope that volume starts picking up. If it doesn't, there's lots of sell side pressure and not much buy side pressure, which means the price will go down. They've had decent communication, so maybe they salvage themselves. Their communication has been great. They send emails on a regular basis. They've had some hiccups. They've corrected them. Withdrawals were not working, had to be manually approved. They seem to have worked through a lot of that. People are getting their coin out. So you can't actually sell Bankcoin. You can't actually withdraw BTC or Ethereum after you sold. So that's worked. I've even tried and tested transferring bank from one Bankcoin account to another. That seemed to take up to 2.5 days, absurdly slow, even though we can see from the mining pool that trades are being confirmed, transfers are being confirmed. I don't know. Things are still a little bit wonky, so hopefully they get their act together and move forward in a few days here. Numiv. Like I said earlier, one 10 USD you can loan at this price. The best time to have done that would have been the first day lending opened up. I had locked in a couple loans here, a $5,000 and a $100 loan. And remember what they do here. You get a loan locked in. Actually, let's just step through it. Lend Numiv. You can choose $100 to $1,050, so on and so forth. You get a fixed rate increase depending on how much you lend. If you click on lend, you pay a $20 reward spot. What does that do? What Numiv does is fills a pyramid underneath you of referrals, and you are paid a reward based on those auto referral spots that are filled. 3x9 pyramid, and you can be paid up to, I believe, $29,000, assuming they can fill the 29,000 spots, if I'm not mistaken, and you can only achieve a 300% increase before you have to repay this $20 fee to refill your pyramid. So in short, that's how this thing works. You type in your lend amount here, 100, they're going to pull out $20 as well for you to have your reward spot. You'll hit submit, that'll lock in a new loan. So this has been going on. They've attempted this a couple times, had to reset their website, had some issues. Seems like they've sorted those out, and the percentages haven't been all that bad. So this is looking promising. Outside of their lending platform, they've been trying to get on an external exchange. Let's see, does exchange button work here? No, it doesn't. They've been trying to get into an external exchange, and that has not worked out. So on their Facebook, they announced yesterday, due to disappointed responses from exchange, we decided to start working on urgent basis. I love when I got bad English. That means they might do pretty well on an internal exchange. So they keep trying to do an external exchange. They don't get there. They've now said, screw it, we're going to do an internal exchange first. Thank God, that's the way to do it. I think that that's the right route. Get lending going, get your internal exchange, establish a coin, then do your external exchange. This is kind of neat. They're thinking about adding Numiv exchange where you can trade Num with BTC, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. So that'll be nice. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we find out soon. They said 48 hours. We'll stay tuned and see where this ends up going. So those are updates on a few ICOs. Keep them on your calendar. Keep up to date. These things move fast. Whatever I've said today becomes outdated anywhere from an hour to a few days afterwards. So this stuff changes quick. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, tell us what content you want to see. We'll keep cranking out videos.